Welcome back. I have 3 stories for you today, so let's get right to it. Story number 1. Opie writes, My 20 female, boyfriend 22 male have been together for 2 years and we were perfectly happy. Everything was going great. 6 months ago, he started working out regularly and he has this new diet with no cheat days. He's really invested and spends a lot of time in the gym. I barely get to see him anymore. He's been asking me to join him at the gym for so long, and I stupidly thought it's him attempting to bond. I go with him sometimes. I even got a membership that just sits in my wallet most of the time. I explained to him many times that since I injured my knee last year, I can't keep up with him anymore, and working out together is just not something I can do. He always gets upset and says I'm not even trying, and it's good for me if I push myself a little harder. Last week he came and told me that he doesn't feel attracted to me anymore because of my weight, and my lack of motivation to do anything about it is making him frustrated. He said intimacy feels like a chore, and unless I'm willing to change, he'll break up with me. I felt very scared. I cried and begged him not to break up with me and that I'll lose the weight. But now I'm thinking maybe it's better if we do break up. Simply because our priorities no longer align. If this is something he's willing to break up with me over, then he's not the man I fell in love with. I just really hate to throw 2 years down the drain for something so petty. I'm definitely not skinny, but I wouldn't call myself fat either. I'm 177 centimeters and 85 kilograms. Admittedly, I did gain some weight since we started dating, but it's only 3.5 kilograms. Now he wants me to lose at least 5 kilograms. He says we'll set more goals along the way, but that's my first, quote, goal, unquote. I guess I'm going to be single soon. Don't know how to feel about that. And we have this additional information from Opie. Very severe. My entire leg was effed up in a car accident. Had 3 surgeries and need another in June. The reason I can't do it now is because I have school and I need 6 weeks recovery after surgery before I could walk again. While now I'm good, I can walk and kind of run, my knee starts hurting very badly soon after. I can work out. I just can't keep up with my boyfriend. It's literally impossible. And here's Opie's update. We talked it over today. He doesn't want to break up and regrets what he said. He was just frustrated that I'm not motivated to lose weight like he is. He said he loves me a lot and is still attracted to me, but said he wasn't because he's sure that if I gain any more weight, I would be clinically obese, and he's not okay with that. I agreed to lose some weight, but I also told him that we will be working out individually. I'd like to have my own weight loss journey and set my own, quote, goals, unquote. I'll do it the way I want it to be done. We talked extensively about giving ultimatums in a relationship and how damaging that could be. He apologized and promised it won't happen again, and he'll respect my wishes not to work out with him. But we agreed I'll share all and any progress with him, and he won't give any discouraging commentary. To be honest, the relationship is hanging by a thread, but I was really happy to see him panicked when I said if he wants to break up over this, then maybe he's not the one. His tone changed. He was willing to compromise. And so am I. If losing a couple of kilograms is that important to my partner, I'm willing to do it. Not the update most of you are hoping for, but I'm happy we've come to an agreement. I really didn't want us to break up, and happy he didn't want that either. Well, OP, I'm glad you stood up for yourself and that you said this is going to happen on your terms. Now, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but people don't find the same things attractive. So I don't think there's really anything wrong with your boyfriend telling you this is not what he finds attractive. It is, however, the way he told you, which is clearly it was very harsh. Maybe it was because of frustration, but it was still very unkind. I mean, the fact that you were crying and begging him not to break up with you over this, that's the part of all of this that I really didn't like. I will give him this much at least. He isn't sitting on the couch with a beer belly and eating potato chips and criticizing you for being a bit overweight. He's been out there, you said, for 6 months, changing his lifestyle, getting fit, taking care of himself, of his health. But of course, OP, you don't have to join him in that if you don't want to. But let's put your boyfriend aside and talk about you. I'm just wondering, are you getting physio for that knee of yours? You're still very, very young. That knee needs to carry you through life and help you do the things you want to do instead of holding you back. So I really hope you are getting physio. And you know, the reality of it is also, if you've got a knee problem, it is important to watch your weight. A lot of people, especially when we're in our teens and our 20s, we want to be in shape. We want to lose weight because we want to look beautiful and wear cute outfits. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to look good, but it can kind of feel like you're torturing yourself when you're not eating certain foods or you're working out a lot. Whereas if you make that mind shift that this is for your health, to make your body strong and healthy so that it can carry you through life and allow you to do the things you want to do, then it is so much easier to take care of ourselves and maintain a healthy weight. But okay, once you've reached that weight that is healthy for you, whether it's the lower end of that or the higher end, and your boyfriend still wants you to lose more weight, then really it is time to get out. But whatever you do, OP, you said you are going to lose weight and so on. Please don't do it for him. Do it for you. First and foremost, do it for you. Well, let's move on to story number 2. OP writes, I, 23 female, feel like such a jerk. My sister Gwen, 38 female, has been married to Jacob, 39 male, for 10 years. I've had a best friend, Ellie, 21 female, since middle school. She's always been around, but in 2020, I started inviting her around more because her mom died of COVID, so she didn't have any family around. So I invited her to holiday parties, family get-togethers, etc., so she'd feel part of a family. Last night, we found out from texts my sister found on Jacob's phone that he's been sleeping with Ellie, and she might be pregnant. My sister is devastated and took their kids to come live with our parents. I feel so guilty. I'm the one who brought her around and invited her to stuff. I feel like it's all my fault. My sister's life is ruined. Her kids are really upset. I don't know what else I can do other than say sorry. And OP gave this additional information. The kids are 9 and 6. I don't know how they're going to tell them about it. Update. My brother-in-law Jacob, 39 male, cheated on my older sister Gwen, 38 female, with my best friend Ellie, 21 female, after 10 years. We found out when Gwen found texts on Jacob's phone from Ellie talking about how she was pregnant. My sister is still really upset. She's not doing well at all. The kids all have a really good relationship with Jacob, so that didn't make it easier. They were asking about him constantly and crying for him. She went back home 2 days ago. She's living in the main part of the house, and he's been living in the garage apartment. My sister asked me to talk to Ellie to find out as much of her side as we can. She is pregnant and apparently her and Jacob have been, quote, dating, unquote, a while. He told her my sister had had a drinking problem and was emotionally abusive to him and the kids. I told her that was all a lie. And if she really thought that was true, why wouldn't she talk to me about it? She said she thought I'd lie for my sister. I know you all probably think I'm crazy because I'm so emotional. I'm not usually, but I'm so sad for my sister. But also I feel guilty because I also just sat down and sobbed the other day because she was my best friend for so many years and she completely lied and misled me and made up stories to keep her dating him a secret. She wasn't really my friend at all, and I had no idea. And I know this is about my sister and her kids and not me, but I feel so sad about that. A lot of people seemed confused about when they met. 2020 was just when her mom died, and I started bringing her to big family events, holidays and stuff. Jacob and Ellie have known each other since me and her became friends when we were kids, because my sister was still living at home when they started dating. I wouldn't ever say him and Ellie were particularly close or anything, so I don't know if any grooming or anything like that happened. Ellie doesn't have any family, so I don't know who would even look for proof of that or not. My sister has already hired a lawyer. Jacob says he's sorry about the infidelity, but says he's ready to move on with Ellie. Everything just really sucks now. The only one who doesn't seem affected by any of this is Jacob, who has just been acting completely normal and just hanging out with the kids a lot. My sister said he almost seems cheerful about all of this. Well, OP, that's probably because Jacob is happy that you and your sister found out about it, which meant that he didn't have to have that conversation because your sister already knew when she confronted him. And you, OP, have absolutely nothing to feel guilty about. Both Jacob and Ellie knew that he was married, and they still went ahead and did what they did. Although there certainly is a very big age difference, and it sounds like Ellie is maybe somebody that's a bit vulnerable, easily manipulated even. But nevertheless, she played her part in all of this. But you know what, OP? If it hadn't been her, it would have been somebody else. And quite possibly, Ellie wasn't the first, which means she probably won't be the last either. It's sad to hear that the children are crying about their father, and right now they're on the same property, but everything's going to be turned on its head soon, and I really, really hope he doesn't lie to the children about their mother like he did to Ellie. But at the end of the day, even at their young ages, they're going to notice daddy's with a new woman and there's a baby on the way. OP, just focus on Gwen and the children and stop feeling guilty. I understand to an extent why you feel guilty, but you didn't do this. This was never your intent and you didn't know what was going on. Let's move on to our final story, story number 3. OP writes, should I, 20 female, confront my boyfriend, 39 male, about his text with his best friend? My boyfriend left his Facebook open in my laptop. I know it's bad, but I could not help but have a look. Not only does he immediately delete every chat after a couple of hours, I also caught him sending random texts to girls and also replying to a girl's story in which she was provocatively half naked, praising her and basically flirting. This is frustrating, but I just checked again this morning. He went out last night and he just texted his bestie, quote, gutted I didn't get with that brunette in the Chev. At bar, she said, hey, and smiled. Then when I went on dance floor, she followed me and started dancing. My brother says I'm an idiot for not bringing her home, unquote. This is not evidence that he is cheating, but this is so disrespectful. This is my first ever relationship. I'm in tears. We have been together for 9 months, and I do not know if I'm exaggerating. Any advice would be appreciated. Sorry for any spelling/grammar mistakes. I am a bit upset. Let's get a comment with a reply from OP before we get OP's update. That is not acceptable at all. He might not have cheated on you yet, but he's confirmed that he would, and that he regrets not doing so when he had the opportunity. Walk away and find someone who treats you properly, with respect and love. OP replies, thank you. Also, he is a pathological liar and I cannot trust him anymore. He says he's going to his sister's birthday, when I can see he's texting his bestie to go clubbing. He constantly double books himself and chooses his brothers/drinking over me. Also, he basically lives in my flat rent-free. He has got a place but never uses it and refuses to help because he claims he's got a lot to pay in the other place. And here's OP's update. just caught him talking about a recent sexual encounter with a woman, which is his age at least. This is my ex now. I know it's bad on my part for spying on his Instagram, but I was right. Oh, OP, here we have a 39-year-old man cheating on his 20-year-old girlfriend. In our previous story, it was a 39-year-old man cheating on his wife with a 21-year-old. These age differences when one partner is just starting out in life and the other one has been around a while makes for an unequal relationship. Now, I know there are people that have big age gaps, and yes, they can and do work for a lot of people also, but it really depends on the age of the youngest person when the relationship starts. And I'm wondering, OP, you say that he's always at your apartment. His brother said he should have taken the girl home to his place. But that's the other thing that stood out for me about this story is, OP, your boyfriend's best friend, as well as his brother, they know that he's cheating and they're encouraging it. It's good that he's your ex. You say you've been together for 9 months, and listen, I know that is not a long time, but that is a time when you do develop emotions and you can become very attached to somebody during that time. But OP, better 9 months than 9 years. Well, that's it for this edition. Thank you for joining me, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and I look forward to seeing you all again really soon. Take care of yourself, everyone. Bye.